So welcome to this week's numerology forecast, where we look at the numbers in advance so that we can plan our content and plan our calendar without having to hustle or grind or force ourselves to do things. We can get into the flow and into the rhythm of the collective numerological influences, thus creating content that resonates and helping ourselves create more ease in our calendar. So I love to look at the rhythm of this. Now, I'm going to share some super cool information with you today, but it doesn't do you any good unless you actually implement. It's all well and good to learn new things, to explore, to take notes, but if you don't actually do something with this and plug it into your calendar or check out the content prompts and actually create content around this, it's going to be it's cool, it's fun, but do something with it, because I know that if you're here, you likely are somebody who wants to get paid for your gifts. You're looking for easier solutions and strategies to help you do that. And I can promise you, using numerology to create your content is one of the easiest ways to do this. So as I'm sharing this information, don't just think of it about for you personally, but think about it for your audience as well. Thinking about these collective influences and how can I support my audience? What kind of content can I create from this influence that will help my audience feel better, get results, whatever it is that they want to get? So let's dive in. Numerology forecast for the week of November 27th to December 3rd. So we're going to have a shift in energy as we move from one month to the next. We're going to feel an abrupt shift as we move from November to December. So I will talk about that when we get to that day. So I just want to make sure. Yep. Okay. So this week is really, the title of this was about releasing the need for perfection, because it's really easy for us to, work on all the nitty gritty and get caught up in making sure the graphics are gorgeous and the sales page is gorgeous and all these other pieces, when what really matters is what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and how you're sharing it. That's really all that matters. And so this week is an invitation for you to fall in love with the story you're telling yourself. So if you notice that the story you're telling yourself isn't one of abundance and amazing clients and love and connection and community, then you may want to look at those thoughts and change the story. And you get to decide what that story is. You get to write it. But one of the things to always remember, it's really easy for us to get so far ahead when we do all this inner work, when we do all the meditation and the quantum activations and all of this work that we do with ourselves. Sometimes we can get so far ahead of our audience that our audience can't see the forest for the trees. The audience doesn't understand what you're trying to do, what you're trying to share. The audience doesn't understand the value in what it is that you're offering. And so they won't invest with you. So we don't want to get so far ahead of our audience that we can't explain what it is, that we can't reach back and hold out a hand and say, come this way. Now, that's not to say don't do the inner work, but when it comes to your content needs to be written or spoken as if there is a person in grade 5 reading it or listening to it. So yes, it's great to use some of this fluid, fluffy language, but if they don't know what it means, they're not going to invest. So this week really is an invitation to, number one, remember how far you've come. Number two, let go of that old story, let go of the story you're telling yourself, and create a new story that is written around being enough, knowing enough, already have come far enough to be able to reach back a hand and say, here I am, let me help you. It doesn't need to be some big, grand, bold thing. It can be something so simple. Remember where you were 2 years ago, 6 months ago, 10 years ago. Remember where you were and reach back a hand to those people who are struggling in that place that you were in however long ago. So this is an opportunity this week to really slow down and offer support from where you are right now. Not from where you want to be or not from where you were 5 years ago, but where you are at right now. Also recognizing that you may be using language that is a little too far advanced And that people, if you're not getting engagement, if you're getting people who aren't understanding what you're saying, if you're not getting people investing, look at the story that you're telling. Look at that story. So also remember, you do not need to be an expert in order to, sorry, my hair's all stuck. You don't need to be an expert in order to help somebody. So wherever you are, if you're just getting started and you're like, I don't feel ready, you are ready now because you have wisdom to share. And also in this releasing of perfection, remember, money loves speed. Money does not care about how pretty your graphics are or how perfect the wording is or anything else. So it's all about the story. It's all about how you're sharing, and it's all about moving quickly. So let's dive in. Monday, we've got a Gemini full moon, 6 of Hearts, ruling 9 energy. Monday is going to be this energy of just go for it. Take action, put out an offer, put out some content, put out an offer for people to book a session with you, whatever it is. Monday is the day. Don't worry about it being perfectly put together. Don't worry about it all making sense. Don't worry about perfection, right? Just let it go and put it out there without fear of criticism, without fear of judgment, and just see what happens. Whether or not you make sales is irrelevant. Monday is the day to put out an offer and watch the feedback that you receive. If you get feedback of a whole bunch of people going, oh my God, book a session, yay. If you get feedback of crickets and nobody's bought a session, it doesn't mean you failed. It means that there's an opportunity for growth in something that you're doing, and you get to explore what that is. Doesn't mean you did it wrong. It just means there's an opportunity for growth. That's all. So Monday is really an opportunity for genuine connection, authenticity, support, right? Really offering support. It is of service for you to offer your services. When people are struggling, when people are challenged, when people are looking for a solution, you are doing a disservice by not offering that solution. So put your offer out there. Be supportive, be helpful, be of service, and surrender perfection for results. Okay, Tuesday, 5 of Hearts, ruling 1. This 5 of Hearts energy is really like the choose your own adventure card. As soon as I saw that 5 of Hearts 1, I'm like, this is an opportunity for you to shake things up, to play a little bit, to be free in your own expression. Do it your way. That 5 of Hearts really wants freedom. It wants you to go on an adventure. It wants you to connect with people, perhaps in ways that you've never done before. And it wants you to dance and to paint and to create and learn new skills, maybe experiment with creating reels or stories, or experiment with different types of content that maybe you've never done before. Allow yourself to have fun with it and let go of the need for perfection. Just let loose and share something and have fun and be playful and see what happens. You remember when you learned how to walk, you always fell down a few times before you mastered the art of walking. Same thing with this social media gig, with creating content, with getting paid for your gifts. You're gonna fall down a few times before you learn to walk. And so today, Tuesday, 5 of Hearts, is the day to go out there and give it a shot. Wednesday, 4 of Hearts, ruling 2, is about committing to your soul's desire. So perhaps you put out an offer, perhaps you decided to try something new, and then you're like, you know what, I really love this piece and I really like doing this, I didn't love that so much. You get to decide. You get to decide what your soul wants. But here's the thing. Here's the clincher. I don't know if that's a word. Here's where we need to focus in. Number 1, if you want clients, you need to commit to doing what it takes to get clients. If you want to put out an offer, you need to commit to doing what it takes to put out an offer. If you want more freedom in your life, you need to commit to doing what it takes to create the freedom, right? I see this happen time and time again of I want, but I'm not willing to do the thing that's required in order for me to get that thing. Sometimes I think us as Western humans, we think that the universe is going to hand us shit on a silver platter, and that's simply not going to happen. You know, it does happen where clients come in and say, I don't even know where I found you. I don't know what it is about you. Take my money. I want to work with you. That does happen, but not on a consistent basis. And there are things that you need to learn to do, like consistent content, like standing out from the crowd, like getting in tune with the numerology so that you stand out, so that content creation is easy. So commitment is an inside job. It's not about hustle. It's not about forcing yourself. It's not about willpower. It's this inside job. And this Four of Hearts ruling 2 is that opportunity to make a decision, to take responsibility for what it's going to take to get to your dream. You will be uncomfortable in getting to your dream. You will have actions that you need to take that don't feel good. You will have to learn new skills. You will have to stretch that zone of familiarity. And you can do hard things, but it comes from the inside out. So if you want to get paid for your gifts, if you want more clients buying your offers, then you're gonna have to commit from the inside out. So that's a feeling state. Opportunity is there for you on Wednesday to really ground into that commitment. You don't need to know all the hows. You don't need to know all the moving pieces. All you need to do is commit and decide, I am doing this. I'm willing to do what it takes. Thursday is going to be a fun day. So Thursday, we're beginning the shift into December. So on Thursday, we've got this Three of Hearts ruling 3 energy. Now, the 3 on its own is a massive amplifier, but it can amplify anything that you want. It can amplify doubt, insecurity, uncertainty, fear. It can amplify all that stuff, but it can also amplify creation, abundance, playfulness, freedom. It can amplify whatever you choose to focus on. So 3 of Hearts ruling 3 day on November 30th is the day to make sure that the story you're telling yourself is one that you want to amplify. Check in with your story, right? And it's also an opportunity to birth this commitment into the world. So you want to amplify that you're, let me just turn that down. You want to amplify the fact that clients are coming in on a regular basis. You've got sustainable revenue. You've got consistency. If you want to amplify that, then that 3 of Hearts 3 day is a time to choose your soul's expression, to play, to celebrate, to dance, to create, to move something out, to shout your dream from the rooftops, to talk about it, to create from your heart, to allow that to flow out. Don't worry about the perfection of it. Just let it birth out into the world. I remember years ago, I went to a retreat, and I've always been of a firm belief that I'm not an artistic type. I can write, but drawing and painting are not necessarily my strong suits. And we go to this retreat, and I was invited to paint a drum. And I was invited to go into this heart-centered meditation and to paint on the drum what my heart looked like. And in my head, I'm telling myself this story of, I can't paint, this sucks, I don't want to do this, blah, 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 giving myself this big story of how I couldn't paint this drum. Well, to this day, that drum still hangs on my wall because I invited in the letting go of perfection, and I just let my heart create whatever it wanted to create. It is wild, it is untamed, it is not symmetrical, it doesn't make sense to anybody but me. And I love it. That's what that 3 of Hearts 3 energy wants you to do. So be aware of what you're amplifying on Thursday. Don't let doubt creep in. Don't you dare let doubt creep in. You hear that doubt coming in, you just say, no, not today. Today, I choose my dream. I choose to play and create and not worry about it being perfect. And then comes Friday, abrupt shift into from Hearts energy to Diamonds energy. We go from the 3 of Hearts to the 4 of Diamonds. Now, I talked about the commitment from the inside out on Wednesday with the 4 of Hearts. Now we've got a 4 of Diamonds coming in December with a 1 energy in the month of December. I'll talk about December energy next week. But this is an opportunity to really ground that commitment. The Four of Diamonds is about the material experience. So it actually wants you to go do something about it. Build the sales page, write the content, move something out into the world, write a commitment statement for yourself, put things in your calendar, map out your month, book a sales call, sign the contract, hire your coach, whatever it is that you're going to do something on December 1st that will ground you into your commitment and your plan. Make sure you do that. And by the way, I have a masterclass happening on December 1st on that Four of Diamonds day. So if that feels like a fit to you, grab the link in the description of this video and you can sign up and you can do something in the material world to commit and ground into what it is that you desire, if you desire to attract new clients. Okay, so Friday, do something. Saturday and Sunday, Three of Diamonds, 3. See that double 3 coming up in again? Three of Diamonds, 3, Two of Diamonds, 4. So this is about amplifying and connecting to that commitment. Do you see how it's like, let go of perfection, move things out, really focus in on that commitment from the inside out, and then go do it and do it quickly. As I said at the beginning of this forecast, money loves speed. It doesn't give a shit about perfection. So move quickly. Ground that commitment into the material world and make your move. Invest your resources, time, energy, money, whatever resource you have available. Invest it into that commitment. Put your money where your mouth is, that expression, or your time where your mouth is, or your energy, whatever it is, and invest and go do the dang thing. Because December is a month for new beginnings, fresh starts, and we're going to talk about all of that next week. But I do have a little bit of an announcement for you. I've got something super fun coming December 11th. December 11th, mark your calendar. I'm going to be looking at the entire year of 2024 and helping you map out consistent content and help you plan your whole year based on the numerological influences. So don't miss out on that. It's coming soon. I promise I will share all the details with you. But until then, enjoy this week. Let go of the perfection. Put it out there. Make that commitment and decide. I'm just going to step out. I'm going to speak my truth as it is right now. I know that I can be of service and I'm willing to help. Go for it.